All right, Tony, we are guys at the famous wedge range at the Mike Bender Golf Academy. Tony, what was the thing that made this place famous, this specific spot?
This is the short game area. This is where Zach Johnson just fine-tuned his short game in winning the, was it 2007 Masters.
So here's the leaderboard as far as for the wedge range here. So these are all the distances, and so 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100 yards. So this is the worldwide leaderboard for how many balls it took you to hit every one of these. So it only took Eduardo Molinari 33, 39 for Casey Vansel. So that is amazing, because I think the first time Zach did this,
it took him 168 shots to hit all 8 blocks.
Yeah. After months of practice, he got down to 50.
Yeah.
So just imagine how much better you could be. But Tony, it's not just about hitting great wedge shots. Something that we're going to be trying to get the people coming to the Be Better Golf School tomorrow to do is, why do you think it's so important for golfers to learn how to hit a draw from like a little half wedge shot like you just hit?
Well, it's being able to control the pace of the club or the speed of the club. We have to actually now control also the loft, the dynamic loft of the club. So we got to, you know, what's the angle of attack? What's the forward shaft lane? So we have to be able to control what is this loft at impact. So we have speed, we have loft, and then also path. And that's one of the things that for golfers, working on some half swings, to create a lot of different shots, we can do it a couple different ways, but you start developing your proprioception, your awareness of where the club is, and how fast it's moving, and then can I create a draw? So a lot of people slice. We say most golfers would slice. So let's hit a draw with a pitching wedge or gap wedge or sand wedge to these different targets, which is also a little bit shallower move. So that way, if you get on like wet or really firm turf, you're gonna come into it a little bit shallower. We don't need to come in at 5-6 degrees angle of attack. We want to see if we can get it down to 1 or 2 degrees angle of attack. Yeah. Really shallow. Yeah.
So you would call a half swing draw with just like a wedge, like almost like a fundamental skill that every golfer, even if like you want to be a fader of the ball.
Correct.
This is something you should be able to do.
Yeah, you know, when we start taking a look at what creates a straight ball flight, we got to be plus or minus 3 degrees on the path. And then that face has got to be perpendicular to our target, which is to the path. So when we take a look at the functional swing plane, we know from here, from when the shaft gets parallel to the ground, through the ball to here. And Mike uses a lot of boards. That's where I first learned it. And then Dr. Kwan got into the functional swing plane of it. This is the area where we have to be able to control the golf club to produce the right impact alignments.
Okay.
So by hitting this draw, all we can do is say, okay, let's set this a little bit on the inside. This is one way of doing it. And this is what we'll do in our golf school this weekend. And then from here, can we produce that right path?
So just tell me in your mind, so you want to hit a little bit of a draw here.
I'm gonna just bring it down a touch, and I don't know if it'll show up in the videos, but Mike has got some rope coming across the screen.
Yeah.
Or out front here. So we got some different trajectories we can create also, and that's just, again, it just fine tunes being able to control this impact alignment. So I'm gonna come in a little bit on the lower side. I'm gonna go and aim just a touch to the right. Square up the face to the target, and there's a lot of different ways. I know you kind of feel like you best hit a draw with a little bit open to the target, but it's still closed to the path.
Yeah, so I can swing more right.
Yep. So everyone's a little different there. And then from there, I'm feeling, again, I like to have this extension with this right wrist, and I'm feeling this right arm swinging all the way through to control the shot.
Oh, that's a good one. Perfect.
A little long.
Distance, but you got you're thinking about the shape and got the shape perfect. All right, so I'll try that.
And so that was a nice little draw. So if you slice, and if you I hate to say, if you can't do it with a shorter club at a slower pace, it's almost near impossible to expect to do that with the driver.
So probably I would think, like a lot of the things when we're talking about training aids and stuff, like flip-flopping would be really important here.
Correct.
Like hit one, I was like, oh, that felt good. Drop it, drop everything, and go hit your driver then, when that feeling's still in your body.
So you have that awareness of it, yep.
Okay. drew a little bit, but the line was a little left, which is normal for me when I try to do this. I do hit it a little left.
And that's where, like, I know with your swing, what I would like to see you improve on, we were talking a little bit earlier, is really getting through the shot. And so one of the things that I want you to feel as you go through, this is nice and strong, and you're really hitting and pushing your right side through it, but posting up and really contracting these muscles and feeling like right now you're just really getting up on top of this left leg as your right side goes through. Ooh, that was solid.
Okay guys, we'll get deeper into this. We're also filming something called Reactionary Golf Masterclass. We have about like 4 hours of content of it. So we'll be filming that, so stay tuned for that. And if you guys have any questions, what's your personal email?
You can send it to Tony@reactionarygolf.com.
Our next Be Better Golf School is coming up at the Golden Horseshoe Golf Club, one of the top 100 courses in the country. Really a beautiful place and an awesome place to get better at golf. The details here, it's the Be Better Golf School at the Golden Horseshoe, June 2nd and 3rd, 2018. It's in Williamsburg, Virginia. One of the great things about doing the school here is we have our own private range, teeing area, and short game area just for our golf school. Tony Lutzak, PGA from reactionarygolf.com. He's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Tony's going to bring his Foresight launch monitor, which is a really crucial tool to getting better. We're going to have high-speed video cameras. Tony also got some new 3D motion tracking equipment to see how different segments and parts of your body move. And we'll be doing this new speed building protocol. Tony just got his master's and he's doing his doctorate at Mississippi State University. He has a golf lab down there, and we're doing a new study on swing speed, and we're bringing that information to this next school because we're seeing some really great swing speed gains using this new protocol that we're doing. We'll be covering putting. Also included with the school is lunch and golf. The entire experience is over 15 hours of instruction. We really go very intense at these schools, about as intense as you want to get.